Good morning and welcome to Manhood Monday with Coach Ellis. This is the day I spend just a few minutes talking to men about man issues, how to be better husbands, better fathers, better sons, better nephews, better uncles, better grandfathers, better providers, better men. And so, last time we were together, I talked about this idea of Disneyland dad. That's the dad that showers his kids with things, building mementos and not memories, and how important it was to make sure we build memories with our kids. So, Lady D, I want to touch on a subject that is really, really touchy and really somewhat controversial and hurtful. So I want to talk about this idea of deadbeat dads. A lot of times we hear about deadbeat dads, and if I like to talk about this idea of going from just being a baby's daddy to a respected father. Sometimes as men, when we have children out of wedlock, and we struggle with this idea of how to care for them and not be involved with their mothers. And while this is not the ideal way to parent, well, we do know this is a reality. A lot of men have children with women they're not married to. And sometimes it becomes very, very difficult to maintain that relationship. We get labeled as deadbeat dads because we don't want to engage the mother. Some men, if we're honest about it, refuse to get jobs so they don't have to spend half of their paycheck paying for child support. And we get into this place where we fail to realize or we choose not to accept the idea that no matter what it costs us, that investing into the life of the child through that child's mother is much better than not investing at all. We get so wrapped up with the idea she's going to get her hair done, she's going to get her nails done, she's going to be dressing nice, and the baby's not going to be taken care of. There's another man in the house. We get all wrapped up in those things and forget that above everything else, that is our child. And this path from being just a baby's daddy to being a respected father is a long, arduous pathway, especially if we are young men with children. Our pride gets in the way and our feelings get engaged, and we start thinking of reasons and excuses not to do what we know we should do. Is it reasonable that half our paycheck is taken for child support? Well, the question is not whether it's reasonable. The question is, at what price are you willing to pay for your child's security? If you think the mother's unreasonable, well, I hate to say it, but you did choose her. She was your choice, so she's unreasonable. You live with that choice. There was an old TV show back in the day called Beretta, and one of the things it said in the theme: if you can't do the time, you can't do the time, don't do the crime. And for parenting, if you can't stand the baby's mama, don't make a baby with her. It's just that simple. But if you do, you lose the right to talk about how unresponsible she is or how mean she is. You lose that right because it becomes about your child. I will tell you, sometimes it takes 10, 12, 15, 18, 20 years to build this relationship with this child if you don't get it right at the beginning. If you are fighting and tussling with the mom, then the child is not the center of gravity. I believe that children are smart and children grow up and they learn things, Stephen. And I believe that eventually, no matter what mom says, what dad says, the children will figure out who's trying to do the right thing by them. And we don't have to help them with that. All we have to do is our part. So fathers, if you don't have your children with you, okay, don't just be a baby daddy, become a respected father. Whatever it takes to make sure you are involved and engaged in that child's life, whatever it takes. If you have to take some verbal abuse, that's what you take. If she makes it hard for you to see the child, that's what it takes. If she always is yapping, you listen, that's what it takes. Because it does not matter what you have to endure to be the father to your child. Pay that price. I promise you, it is well worth the payment. In the end, when the child grows up to be a respected member of the community, they'll look back and say, the lessons I learned from my dad, even when he wasn't there, he was there. Even when I thought he didn't care, he cared. Even when I thought that he wanted nothing to do with me, I was constantly on his mind. A child will know that inherently if you pay the price. So it doesn't matter what the child support is. It doesn't matter what the arrangements are. It doesn't matter who else is involved in that child's life. We go from being a baby's daddy to a respected father by engaging in the life of our children. There is nothing more important that we do as men than be great fathers. Being great husbands is great, and that helps us in our personal relationship. But to build legacy, there's nothing we do more important to build legacy than be great fathers. Doesn't matter how the children got here. Doesn't matter if it was planned or an accident. It doesn't matter if you believe the child was yours or not, and it turned out to be you. It doesn't matter what the circumstances of the birth. The fact is that you are the dad. You are the father. And there's nothing more we can do than be great dads. So I implore you, whatever it takes, pay the price. Be a great dad. Hey, I'm Coach Ellis. If you got questions, comments, disagreements, or thoughts, leave them in the comments below. Hit me on my email at coach@elliscrum.net or catch me on Facebook at Coach Ellis. Until next week, have a one-tablet and a great daddy day on Manhood Monday. God bless you, and we'll see you later.